Hi everyone, I just wanted to introduce you to the second session that I've made available on the Strathgryffe YouTube page. Apologies for the squeaking, the puppy is playing with a toy at my feet. If you get a pen and paper ready, then you can write down the format of the session, and there'll be a summary at the end of the video as well. So this session is an AMRAP, which stands for as many reps as possible. So you're going to do it for a time, 22 minutes, and record how many reps of the exercises that you do within this time. It's important that you exercise at your ability, so don't be pushing yourself beyond what you can do. The last thing you want to do is get injured. I would suggest a warm-up of some jogging on the spot, or running the block if you can, a few star jumps, some walkouts, which you can look at the first video for, and just get your heart rate up a little bit before you start the session. So there's going to be 4 exercises that you're going to do on a loop. The first exercise will be burpees, and each exercise you do 10 of. So we have exercise 1, 10 burpees. Exercise 2, 10 squats. Exercise 3, 10 push-ups. Exercise 4, 10 abdominal curls or 10 plank walks. After this section of the video, there's a demonstration of the various levels of burpees and also abdominal curls and plank walks. You will find demonstrations of squats and push-ups and the various modifications in the previous session that I've uploaded. You can of course make the squats more difficult by holding a weight if you have one, but up to you. So we're going to perform these exercises on a loop, no rest. So you do the 10 burpees, 10 squats, 10 push-ups, 10 abdominal curls or plank walks, and then you go back to the beginning. The sting in the tail is that every 2 minutes you stop where you are in the strength circuit and perform a cardio burst. So the first cardio burst option is a 100-meter run. The second option would be star jumps, and the third option would be a high knee walk. Again, I've demonstrated all of these further on in the video. So at minutes 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., you stop and do this cardio burst. Then you go back to the strength circuit where you stopped off and carry on. Your score is the total number of reps that you manage to do. So it's 40 for each complete round, and then you add on however many reps that you manage in the incomplete round at the end. I think I've covered everything. Again, there is a repeat of this at the end of the video. So if you didn't catch it there, you'll get it at the end. Any questions? Pop them down below, and enjoy. Bye. So, this is a video on burpees and the various modifications that you can do to incorporate them depending on your fitness levels. So the first suggestion would be a walkout burpee. So we stand up tall. I'm afraid you're going to lose my face for this, but that's okay. And Poppy might get squished as well. Stand up tall, bend our knees, come down to our hands, step out the right leg, step out the left leg, hold strong in the high plank, step in with the right, step in with the left, stand tall, and have a little jump at the top. So that's hands down, right, left, tall, jump, tall, jump. Then we have a jump out, walk in. So we stand up, hands down, jump out, round the puppy, walk in, jump, hands down, jump out, walk in, jump. Then we have jump out, jump in, stand up, hands down, jump out, jump in, jump. Or we can have, last but not least, is a chest to ground burpee. So we're standing tall, we jump down, we jump out, we take our chest to the ground, we push up, jump in, jump. down, chest to ground. Up. Hi, so abdominal curls, we're going to lie on our backs, feet flat, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, shoulders and head resting on the ground, hands on thighs. Before you start each movement, I want you to tilt your pelvis so that your lower back is pressed into the floor. For some people this will be enough, and then all you might want to do is 10 pelvic tilts, excuse me. For those that need to make it a little bit harder, tilt your pelvis, push your lower back into the floor, and then slide up and back down. Slide up and back down. So it's a tiny movement. Eyes towards the ceiling at all times. Imagine you have a tennis ball in between your chin and your chest. So no crunching. You're just sliding up and back down, and you feel this in your abdominals. Thanks, Ali. And finally we've got plank walks. So plank walks, you're going to be in a high plank position. So wrists underneath shoulders, body weight being held mainly in the arms, so the weight should be forward. Feet, you can't quite see mine, but hip width apart. And then you are going to, tummy buttons pulled in, as you can see, not like this. You want your flat back, you want your body to be in a nice flat position. And then what we're going to do with the walk is lower the right elbow, lower the left elbow, back up, down, down, up, down, down, up. As I say to clients, you should imagine that you have a glass of water, or a glass of wine, or a glass of gin, or a glass of beer on your back, and as you do the plank walk you should be trying to keep your back as flat as possible so you don't spill that glass. Hi there. So the cardio exercises that I feel I need to demonstrate for this workout, not demonstrating a 100-metre run for you, we've got star jumps. So star jumps, we are jumping out with our legs and arms at the same time. If you have the mobility in your shoulders, bring your arms right the way up. If not, shoulder height's fine. And then jumping back in. So we need a nice tight core to keep this movement controlled. So we're going out. And high knee lifts. So the lower impact option here is, I'll do it from the side, just simply lifting it high. So it's walking in the spot with your knees nice and high, and you want to be a nice controlled movement that will, believe it or not, still raise your heart rate. So now you have all that you need for workout 2 on the Strathgryffe YouTube page. Squat technique and push-up technique are both included in the first video if you want to flip back there if you need reminded. For this session you can add a weight to the squat, so if you had a kettlebell or a dumbbell you could hold it up here as you squat. So 22 minutes, as many reps as possible, remembering that form is key, and we're going to perform those 4 exercises on a loop. So 10 burpees, your version, 10 squats, your version, 10 push-ups, your version, and 10 either abdominal curls or plank walks. In addition to that, every 2 minutes, so set a timer, every 2 minutes you're going to perform a cardio burst. So you stop wherever you are in the middle of your strength circuit and perform a cardio burst. I've suggested that you do either a 100-metre run, if you've got a Garmin, or you know there's, you know your distances, or even just run for 20 seconds, 20 star jumps, or 20 high knee lifts. And then once you've done those, you return back to where you were in the strength circuit and keep going until the next 2 minute slot. So you stop at 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, etc. Your score, if you can remember it, at the end is how many reps you do in total. So one whole of the strength training is 40 rounds. If you complete 3 rounds in the 22 minutes, you've done 120. So good luck, enjoy, take your time, and let me know how it goes.